Okay.
Okay, thanks everyone for joining. So, I generally do not do a pre-kickoff like I'm doing right now, but I think first of all, I want to apologize to all of you because I think this has just taken so long, right? I know some of you we've been talking for like 4 or 5 months. It just so happened that few other things have taken up time, and so it's been dragging for a while. But I think finally we are close enough to getting started. And there's been off late, I put these polls only because, and I've not had this problem before, but this time I'm having this problem with scheduling because normally I replace one batch with another batch, right? So Hari, who's on the phone, his wife Kritika is on a Saturday morning batch, which is getting over in April. So the plan was to replace that batch with this batch. So I kind of have that cycle going. But this time, what happened is there is a different Bhagavatam thing going on, which takes about 7 years. And they've all been my students for like the last 5 years, right? So they get preference in terms of scheduling. And that group has been jumping between Sunday afternoon and Saturday morning, right? So that's why it is creating confusion for us normally. Otherwise, it generally doesn't. I have a clear schedule thing going on. That group is currently on Sunday afternoon schedule. Half of them want to come to Saturday morning once this other batch gets over. Half want to remain on Sunday afternoon. So that's why your group unfortunately is getting affected because of that, because I'm not able to finalize, right, which time slot to pick, which is
Okay.
why
Actually, I was expecting the morning.
huh?
I was expecting the morning so that it will be
I know
very
like
fresh.
different people have different preferences, right? Some may prefer
Yeah.
morning, some prefer afternoon, right? So, but anyway, so I think we're still a little bit in that conundrum. I saw the poll, looks like a good chunk of people were okay with the afternoon, but I'm still not convinced. I have my Sunday that the Bhagavatam group is meets every Sunday right now. So I've told them that this Sunday we will have a conversation. I want them to clearly communicate because theirs is like a 7 8 year commitment, and we are 1.5 years already through. So I want to give them preference of which time slot they want, which is why, hey Priyam and Girish. So yeah, I was just kind of telling, this, sorry about the confusion of timing which has been happening for this thing because of few other in the Bhagavatam class conflict is going on. So I let me have that class with them this Sunday. I'm going to clearly ask which thing they want. If they prefer Saturday morning, I'm good with Sunday afternoon for this batch, which I think a majority of you from a poll wise seem to be okay with it. I know we have one person joining from UK. That's why I generally don't take international because it gets very complicated with scheduling. But majority of you are all in the central time, right? Or maybe 1 or 2 Eastern, which is okay. So in the Sunday, let me finish that Bhagavatam class conversation with them. If they want to continue on Sunday, we will have to move to Saturday morning in that case. I know it might be hard for some of you, but I don't have an option. But if they are willing to move Saturday, then we can stick to Sunday afternoon, right? So that's why I want to kind of, I know it's difficult to convey over WhatsApp. So I thought I'll have a quick call. Apologize for all this confusion thing going on. Hopefully, we'll settle down quick on this and then we'll get going with the class, right? So give me till Sunday afternoon, okay? So that is the first part of it, right? I hope this it's clear, right? That we'll decide on Sunday afternoon whether which slot we want to go. Then the second part of the conversation is this one batch which is getting over, which should get over by like April, mid-April end. I know a lot of you, especially like Priyam and few others, have been asking me since last year, right? So I know it's been a long wait, but unfortunately, it's like nobody has a time to join on weekdays, right? So it becomes a problem. So if you all want to start early April itself, maybe we can do 1 month of like a Friday evening or Thursday evening, just for 1 month to kind of get started. And then once that Saturday batch gets over, then we'll either pick the Saturday morning or Sunday afternoon slot. That's the other alternative. Or you all can say, you know what, we don't want to keep changing, just stick to one. We'll wait till end of April and whatever slot we'll just do it. That's also okay, right? So either is okay. Um, that's kind of where I am right now, right? So I just thought I'll have a quick call with you all to just discuss this, right, and see how you all feel. But in general, I go with majority. I don't have a preference of one way or the other, right? So I'll kind of stick with what the majority prefers. Any question that anybody has or
So
No,
it's all
Priya.
depends upon everybody's convenience, Rajesh.
Amama?
Okay. So uh, I prefer because the morning it will be fresh. Just we can have a bath and we can straight away start this. Okay. But of course, if everybody is opted for some other timings, we have to adjust it. That's it.
If it is Saturday morning, how early will it be?
7. Generally, I stick to 7 o'clock, 7 to 8:30
Yeah.
Central Time.
Okay.
Saturday morning and Sunday morning, we have Vedic chanting class. It's going on from 2-3 years. We are learning Arna Prashna.
Yeah, I know it's like, I know it's one, any slot I pick, when we have 20 people in the group, it's very hard. There'll be always 2-3 people for whom it's not going to work. But
True,
like I said, the other Bhagavatam group, I have to give them preference. They've all been with me for 5 years. They have another 7 years to go. So they all want to change. So if they decide to continue with Sunday afternoon, which is where they are right now, we unfortunately have to move to Saturday morning in that case, because I have no choice,
Yeah, so for me also, like Vidya ji mentioned, I'm also
And what time is your class, your Saturday morning?
7 to 8 on both Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
It's kind of tricky because
I know. I mean, I hate to do like a Saturday afternoon because that people get very busy in summers, right? Saturday afternoons, parties, it's just very hard, right? And Friday also, I generally don't prefer because Friday evenings, every time people will have commitments, right? So it gets very hard. Like I said, I have done Thursday evenings, one full 2-year batch I did Thursday evenings. That seemed to work for majority of people because Thursday is like a weekday, people don't have parties. It's generally you come back from work and then you join it. But Friday evening, I know it's not going to work, right? So
Yeah.
Thursday
Thursday
is fine. Yeah,
Thursday
that's what
evening works better.
Yeah, Thursday evening
Thursday
works
evenings
for
are
us.
fine.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, we'll kind of do that, right? Let's wait till. So one thing we can do is we can get started, if it works for everyone, April 1st or whatever the first Thursday comes, we can get started on Thursday evening for 1 month, right?
Yeah.
And by that time, we'll settle down, on whether we're going to have a Sunday afternoon or Saturday morning class, right? And then we can switch over to that because that might generally weekends. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? But with a lot of people, I know scheduling gets very hard. So
yeah, I think Thursdays may be a little difficult for me.
We cannot find a time that works for everyone for sure, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Right?
Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons, I'm still it works for me.
Yeah.
I don't mind if it is early morning also. Yeah.
So anyway, so we'll give it like a couple more days, team. I'm sorry about all this confusion, but we'll just give it a couple more days. Let me force the Bhagavatam team to finalize, what they want to continue on. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for figuring this out. I know it's hard with everybody's schedule and your schedule too. So thank you.
I generally keep my schedule open all weekends, right? So for me, weekends fully is gone in this. So I just keep it flexible, but I know people have other classes and other commitments, right?
So Rajesh, thank you so much for doing this. Ninga, you're doing us a huge favor, actually. So you don't have to apologize, but
no.
sorry, actually, in the madri, you're in a tricky spot here, but hopefully we sort this out.
Totally.
Thank you so much for doing this, Rajesh.
I mean, you guys are the 9th batch for me in Narayaneeyam, right? I've not had scheduling issues at all for this or Devi Mahatmyam, nothing, right? But this batch, for whatever reason, maybe Krishna has some other plans. For whatever reason, it's become such a problem to schedule. So
this will be the very special batch.
So Rajesh, so it'll be either Saturday or Sunday, you said, right? But even Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday, you said in April we'll start, but you will also, that is also like people are having a different opinion. So when will the first batch, the first thing start? It'll be either Saturday or Sunday, is it?
So long term, it's either going to be Saturday morning or Sunday afternoon. Long term.
Okay.
Just for the month of April, we might either do a Friday evening or a Thursday evening or something, just so that we can get started. I don't want to wait till end of April. So I just want to get started so that 1 month, we'll have to adjust with something else, but we'll see.
Okay, Rajesh. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rajesh.
Great. Thanks, everyone. So I'll keep you all posted. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.